Hello, welcome to Wide Left Sports. Today I'm joined by Bobcat basketball star Taylee Chirrick. Taylee, how are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing really good. I'm excited to have you on again. We had you on last year when you didn't quite know your role on the team, and you kind of rose to stardom pretty quickly there.
Yeah, it definitely helped having such a fun team, and we played really well together last year.
For sure. So, what was that like? You came into Bozeman last year, the freshman didn't really quite know your role. And then, like I said, you were just kind of sprung into that almost starter role towards the end of the year.
For sure. Obviously, anytime going into college, you don't know what to expect. But for me, it was kind of just I wanted to come in, um, play hard like I've always tried to do, and it ended up working out really well. I had a great group of teammates, super motivating coaches, and it just made me want to work even harder.
That's awesome. So you had quite the duo in the back court with Ismay last year. What
Yep.
was it like to have her as kind of like a mentor since she's been through it all for all those years to have her as a freshman your freshman year?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, that was a super great role model to have. She obviously has played the game for quite a few years, especially at the collegiate level, and to get to learn from somebody who understands the game so well and is such a phenomenal basketball player, it was really cool to experience that. Having her on my team.
That's awesome. So last year's team obviously set a record for the Bobcats with the most wins. What was that like to put your name in Bobcat history in such a cool way?
Yeah, honestly, like I think going into the season, you don't know what to expect. And then as we started practicing together, we just really meshed super well. And I think everybody had the same goal to go in. And, we obviously wanted to go 1-0 every game. And that honestly worked out really well. We played really well together and it just made it super fun. And I think our team chemistry was just super good. So that obviously helped.
That's awesome. So there was one game in particular that was just super fun for Bobcat fans to watch. It was the Brawl of the Wild, where you guys won in the last minute. What was that game like for you as a player to be there and to just have that come from behind victory?
Yeah. Honestly, anytime you have a close game like that, towards the end of the game, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I feel like I've just kind of always, growing up, I always never like think like, oh, we're, gonna lose. Like in my mind, I'm always like, we're gonna find a way to win this game. And I think just keeping that steady mindset throughout the whole game, because I mean, anything can happen until that final buzzer goes. And for me, I just was like, okay, we got this, and obviously it still ended up working out really well. So, but yeah, those games are always super crazy. I'm sure super fun for fans to watch, definitely.
For sure. And then, of course, with that, you have the added, I guess, heat of it being the Brawl of the Wild. So, what were those first two Brawl of the Wild games like for you, in Bozeman and then, of course, in Missoula as well?
Yeah, obviously anyone that's from Montana or moves into Montana knows that the Cat Grizz rivalry is something that it's hard to explain. It's a big deal for everybody. So, I mean, honestly, getting to experience that, the fans, we had so many fans from Bozeman come watch our game here, and we've been getting a packed house at the Brick Breeden, and that just makes it super fun to play in front of all of our really amazing supportive community and fans. And then obviously going down to Missoula, they still have a big old packed house too. So it's cool both ways. I just enjoy having a lot of fans watching us play. So either way, like I enjoy the, stadiums being filled with fans. It makes it super fun to play in front of.
For sure. A really cool thing about Bobcat athletics across the board is Bobcat fans travel. They're not just in Bozeman, they're everywhere you guys play. How cool is that to see a Bobcat community that isn't just in Bozeman?
It's incredible. I mean to get to go to the Big Sky tournament and see people traveling all the way to Boise for our basketball games, to go to March Madness and see Bozeman fans traveling to Ohio, and it's just incredible to see people's support for the Bobcats, even at the football games as well. Like you just see these people that are just diehard Bobcat fans, and it's an incredible community for sure.
That's awesome. And another part of that with the travel is obviously there's a lot of your guys' fans in Bozeman,
Mhm.
but as you know from all the sports, there are people that travel from across the state to go to the games. How cool is that to think? Obviously, you're affecting Bozeman, but you're affecting the entire state when you're putting on that Bobcat uniform.
Oh, it's awesome. That's one thing that I really do appreciate being a born and raised girl from Montana. You do just have that Montana support and community from fans all over the state. And to get to represent your home state and obviously all the fans throughout the entire state from small towns to big cities, like it's just an incredible feeling.
For sure, for sure. So I want to talk a little bit about last year's team because you especially were one of the ones that was the main cog in the defensive force of the team. I believe if you didn't end the year, most of the year you were leading the league for freshman steals. So, what was that like to be part of a team that was just so defensively forceful throughout the year?
Yeah, I love the way our coaches want to play defense. Sunny Smallwood, she's our defensive coach, and she kind of lets me do my own thing. And she told me, there's things that I could work on last year, but she really was good with working with me, with kind of letting me do my own thing, like instinctually and things like that. And so having a super supportive coaching staff, I think, is a big start to it. The other girls in my team too, we were all like almost ball hungry where we wanted to go and get the ball and get it back for our offense to progress from there. And honestly, it just made it super fun. It all started with the coaching staff just letting us play freely and obviously having a super awesome group of teammates that wanted the same goal as me.
That's so awesome. So, one of my other questions too is obviously being a freshman coming in and having a lot of pressure on you. How
Mhm.
did you see yourself like progress throughout the year from the beginning to the end?
Yeah, I think it just goes to playing my role, knowing what I needed to do when I came in the game. And obviously, that goal was mainly on the defensive end. And so I think for me, I was able to control defense. And so whenever I went in the game, I just wanted to work as hard as I could. Obviously, I wanted our games to go as well as possible and do the best that I could for my teammates. And having that teammate support that knew like I was going to go in and work as hard as I could. And they just trusted me to do that. So that was really nice to have that super supportive group of teammates.
For sure. So now let's talk about this year because you guys are going to be starting up practice here and getting into games here fairly soon.
Mhm.
So what does this year's team look like? I know there's a few pieces that have obviously graduated and moved on.
Yep.
So what is this year's team going to look like?
Yeah, honestly, we're going to be super fast. Last year, I think we were known as being a super fast group, but I'd say we're going to be really fast again this year. We've got a super young group of girls, but we're going to be fast, efficient, and like last year, we were a big defensive team. It's going to stay that way this year. I think our speed is going to be really, really awesome, and with the transition basketball, which is the way I definitely like to play. It's gonna be fun to watch.
That's awesome. So hearing that the team is going to be kind of more your style, how
Hmm.
cool is it that in your second year of college, the team is almost kind of built to your style?
Definitely. Yeah, no, I mean, makes it fun for me. I mean, it all starts with coming into college last year and just playing my role, and you just work your way up and getting my confidence and knowing that my role is obviously going to grow each year. This year, it's going to be a lot bigger, and to be able to lead the younger classmen and lead the team, it's going to be super fun. And obviously, I've always liked to run and play transition. So having this group of girls, they like to play the same way too. So makes it fun for everyone.
That's awesome. So hearing that you love to run, I've heard a rumor that you tend to put on track spikes during practice. So let's just put that to bed. Is that true that you've done that?
Yes, that is true. That did happen last year.
That's
Yeah,
so awesome.
I did. I had a little talking to that I probably shouldn't be wearing spikes so to prevent shin splints, but I am allowed to run, but they'd prefer me to not wear spikes now. So that is a true rumor.
Oh, I
Um,
love that. So you know, one of my questions is, I guess, what is your off season like now that you are going into your second year of college? What was your off season like this year to prep for obviously this year?
Yeah, so um I got a little break in the summer to go home, but we were here in Bozeman doing some practices for quite a bit of the summer. Yeah, we just kind of were doing not too crazy hard practice, but enough to just get in some skill work. So we just kind of got the basics down, got through our offense and our defense just for the incoming class of like freshmen. So just so everybody was on the same page for when we actually started our practice here now that school started. But we kind of just got the basic stuff down in the summer. And then now we can kind of just push through since everyone is kind of on the same page.
That's awesome. And so now that you've started school,
Mhm.
and obviously you're a full time student, and you're practicing and weightlifting and all that fun stuff that comes with being a student athlete, how are you balancing it all?
Yeah, I'd say it definitely is a lot. Right now, we just hit our 20-hour week, so now we're really in the main grind of the season. For me, it's kind of just the love of basketball, for one, that keeps me going with obviously on the basketball end. School-wise, I love the major that I'm in. I'm physical education, so a future teacher, and it's honestly my passion. So I think that really helps. Like when you're unsure of what you want to do for your career and you don't really love what you're doing, I think that definitely makes it hard. But for me, I know that that's what I want to do. So for me, every day, I think it's honestly pretty good because I'm playing the sport I love and going for the career that I love. So I think that definitely makes it pretty easy for me.
Oh, that's so awesome. So one of the cool things that the Bobcats have is the Bobcat Collective. And,
Yes.
and so for people that don't know what that is, they maybe have been living under a rock, but that's one thing or another.
Yeah.
But just tell us kind of what that is and how it helps you as a student athlete.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Bobcat Collective really goes towards student athletes. They have us go out in the community, do different types of tasks and things, and we can end up making money off of them through like NIL deals. And NIL deals really help student athletes just with extra costs like gas and things like that that aren't easy to come by sometimes, especially as a full student athlete. So things like that they can get covered. But yeah, the Bobcat Collective is just an amazing setup. People can help put money into the collective in different ways. We have different R bar, something in town that's selling hats, and that goes money toward the student athletes. So it's just a lot of cool things that go and help out all student athletes for sure.
That's awesome. And then part of the NIL piece is I've seen your ad with the National Guard quite a bit. So
Yes.
how cool was that experience to get to do that advertisement and get to be on or get to be around some of that equipment and things like that?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, just to get a go, I got to fly in a Black Hawk up to the base in Helena, which is once in a lifetime opportunity for sure. Coolest, one of the coolest things I've ever experienced, and such an amazing program. And just to get connected with these people is just something that is such a cool thing that you wouldn't be able to do without NIL. And now it's changed so much. But yeah, to get to go there, experience with all these cool people, get to see these super cool equipment. It was an awesome opportunity and they're amazing. And so to get to have an NIL deal with them, it's incredible.
That's so awesome. And, kind of going back on the Bobcat community thing, how
Mhm.
cool is it that with these NIL deals, and I know at the event that I saw you at this summer,
Yeah.
you were there with the Bobcat football team. How cool
Yes.
is that to have like an inner athletic relationship within the different sports?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, just to get a be included in these big football events, it just brings people to women's basketball. And obviously, football is such a known sport for the state of Montana. Bobcat football is a big deal for sure. But to get to go to these events that are mainly Bobcat football, you get these other fans interested, and then they want to come to these women's basketball games. And we're already getting a increased following for us, and to keep improving that and just getting more people watching our games and support. Like I said, I like playing in front of big crowds, so it's definitely been happening lately. So makes it fun to get to meet these new people and get them interested in women's basketball.
Oh, that's so awesome. So my final question is kind of a fun one, but it's also just a shout out to your coach. How
Yeah.
awesome is Coach Binford?
Oh, awesome. I love her. She's definitely a firecracker. She'll stick up for her team and her coaching staff. And, she knows what she's doing. She's she's played the game. She's coached for so many years. She knows what she's doing. So yeah, I absolutely love her. Her family's awesome, and I think that's a big part of it. When she has us over at her house for dinner, she makes us feel like family, and that's what you want in a program. And yeah, can't even get enough of her, and she's just awesome.
That's great. And actually, as I was thinking, I have one more question.
Go for it.
So, obviously, you came from Roberts, Montana, which is a very small town here in Montana, but
Yeah.
you're making it big at Montana State.
Mhm.
What advice do you have to those small town kids that want to go on and play at the biggest colleges, whether that be in Montana or wherever, but go on and play at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd say anything you put your mind to, you can do it. For me, I've loved being a big role model for the younger classmen at Roberts, and I think I showed them and all the kids there that you can do whatever you want to if you really put your mind to it. So I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, just hard work and dedication is the main things, and no matter where you're from, what family you come from, what town, what school, anything, like you can do what you put your mind to it, and I'm just thankful that I'm here and like I said, it's just hard work for sure.
Awesome, Taylee. Well, hey, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to do this interview with me again, and I wish the Bobcats the best of luck this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're the best. Appreciate it.
Of course, have a great rest of your day.
You too.